Now, your arithmetic prepare should not be something like 9, should not be something like 13, it should not be 19, it should not be 17. All these are ambiguous numbers in dispensing. So you can find out other ones, but this type of numbers, why we don't use them is because okay, so let us see overview of solid dosage forms and rational uses of overage. So solid dosage forms include powders, capsules, tablets, cachets, suppositories, pills. So all these are solid dosage forms. So they are solid in nature. So solid dosage forms and also semi-solid dosage form by extension require overage. So what is the reason for adding this overage? Overage is added to counter transference laws. Overage is added to counter transference laws. Now, overage is rationally added. You rationally add overage to prevent shortage of the final dispensed product and also to avoid wastage. You rationally add overage to prevent shortage, because if you add overage that is not enough, your dispensed products may fall short, and if you add too much overage it may lead to wastage. I know what it means economically, so it may lead to wastage. So let us look at some rational overages that can be added to some weight. So 1 gram of a dispensed product may require like 1 gram of overage to give us 2 gram. 2 gram is not ambiguous. Now 2 gram may require does should not require 3 gram. You should not use 3 gram. Why? Because 3 gram may give us values that have too many decimal places. We are trying to avoid values that have recurring decimal places. So this can give us 4 gram, acceptable. Then 3 gram, you can add 1 or 2 to give us a 4 gram or 5 gram, still acceptable. For 4 gram, you can just add 1 to give us a 5 gram. You can even add 2 if possible to give you 6 gram. It's at your own discretion. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't get values that have a recurring decimals. So for 5 gram, you can add maybe 1 to give you 6 gram. Or you can even add 3 to give us what? 8 gram. You can even add 3 to give us what? 8 gram. So for 10, you can add 2 to give you 12 gram. For 12, you can add 3 to give you 15 gram. For 15, you can add 3 to give you either 18 gram, or you can add 5 to give you what? 20 gram. For 20, you can even add 2 to give you 22 gram if you are very careful. If you are very, very careful, 22 can actually be your amount to prepare and send 20 gram, because if you are careful, there will be no much shortage. You can even get 25 gram. Now for 25, you can add 5 to give you 30 gram. Now for 30 gram, you can add 2 if you are very careful, or you can, if you are not that careful, you can add 5 to give you 35. Now for 50, you can add 5 to give you 55 gram or 60 gram. Then for 100, you can add 10 to give you 110 grams. So remember I said that they are also to be added at your discretion. So you can add overage based on your own discretion, but you should be careful of ambiguous numbers. Ambiguous numbers are something like 7. Your amount to prepare should never be 7, because it's going to give you recurrent decimals. It's going to give you recurrent decimals. Now, your amount to prepare should not be something like 9. Should not be something like 13. It should not be 19. It should not be 17. All these are ambiguous numbers in dispensing. So you can find out other ones. But this type of numbers, why we don't use them is because if you divide it with something in your multiplication factor, you might get very ambiguous values. The values can actually have many recurring decimal places, and it creates more errors in your dispensing practical and even in your dispense like normal preparation. So that is why we normally like to use overages that are easily divisible by any number. So let us look at another dosage form.
Hello everyone! I trust you found this lesson from AcademyX helpful and insightful. This is just a glimpse of what we're prepared for you. Inside the full AcademyX course, you get access to every lecture, solved examples, quizzes, and study resources you need to excel in this subject. To unlock a complete learning experience, simply click the link in the description below. Join us at AcademyX, where we bridge the gap between knowing and truly understanding. See you inside the full course.